Alan texted me, wanted to go live early. I don't know why he's not here yet.
Dude, I was just in the quantum realm. We gotta talk about it. Dude. All right, that was fun. That was a wonderful segue into another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet. Welcome to Under Helmet Podcast, all you bucket heads, and hello there to all you ants. If you enjoy what you see here today, don't forget, leave a like, leave a comment, share this video with your friends, enemies, lovers, teachers, college professors, roommates that don't do the dishes. Share it with anybody who can. Also, don't forget, share it with your ants.
Share
because
with your ants.
love podcasts.
So,
also, don't forget, follow us on Instagram, join the Discord. All that's in the down there below area, not the quantum realm, the description. Anyway.
Also, I just want to take a moment before we officially start the show. This might be one of my favorite thumbnails that we've done. And here, I actually need to take away our streaming overlays so that we can see. Oh, that's still my favorite part. That's still my favorite part.
It is. I was when I saw that one, I laughed so hard. I was like,
it's the oodoodly doodly doo doo or whatever Yondu was saying at this in that one.
Anyways, let's go in.
Jump right into non-spoilers.
Let's do non-spoilers first.
All right.
So gotta get our non-spoiler bits in, so that way anybody who wants to watch can be like, hey, who hasn't seen it but still wants to watch their favorite disorganized podcast, they can be like, hey, I really enjoyed that non-spoiler section. So, what do we think of Quantumania?
I came up with an overall rating.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's not often that I do overall ratings. I have like some very few notes that I wrote like right after seeing the movie, because I did see it just earlier today. I saw it at 12:30. It's amazing.
I saw it, I think, Saturday with my girlfriend.
There you go. It's amazing that when you go and you see a matinee viewing at 12:30 in the afternoon in IMAX, there's no one there, and you get an IMAX theater.
I was at work.
I would have had work, but they gave us the day off. So,
hey, I'm not complaining. It was food truck day. I got pierogies.
Oh, that's nice. We have food trucks at my new job too.
I kind of love food trucks. They're the best.
They are.
Shout out to the food truck vendors out there.
Mm-hmm. Shout out.
But anyway,
you guys are great.
Before, are you ready to give your rating?
I am indeed ready to give my rating.
What is your rating? Should people go see this movie? What do you rate it?
Oh, people should, of course, go see this movie, and for a great number of reasons. Numerical rating, I gave it like an 8.5. It had some very, very high points in my book. It's a good just general like sci-fi romp. And, you know, I feel like I've seen a lot of reviews of this movie. I've seen a lot of people say they loved it. I've seen a lot of people say it was mid. I've seen some people say that they hated it. And I feel like we just kind of accept that this is going to be what we're going to see with the MCU moving forward. There's a lot of people who feel like everything after Endgame doesn't matter, and they're just going to review bomb everything, which is what we've been seeing.
It is. It's disappointing.
But the people who see this movie and accept the movie for how it is, you know, they're going to see it's a pretty solid movie. I really enjoyed what they did with this movie. I enjoyed seeing the family aspects, because we do get to see Scott and Hope and Cassie finally like all together, because we haven't seen all. Right. We see the Ant family doing Ant family stuff and not just appearing briefly in Endgame. Because I think, isn't this the first time we've seen them since Endgame?
Yes, this is the first time we've seen him since Endgame.
That feels like a really long amount of time. Like a really long time.
Absolutely. So this movie. So before we went, my girlfriend had never seen a lot of the Ant-Man movies.
Mhm.
So we binged all of them. Ant-Man. We watched the airport scene in Civil War. We watched Endgame, and then we watched Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then we watched Endgame, and then we went into this.
Did you just watch the crucial Ant-Man tab in Disney Plus?
Yes, but no. We didn't follow the tab, but that's what we did.
Because they've had a tab running for a little while of just crucial Ant-Man projects.
I mean, yes, but no.
Okay.
But anyway, so one of the biggest things I went into with this movie that I was very happy to see was that they did not do Scott Lang dirty. I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's a really good movie, but I really think in that one, they did Scott Lang kind of dirty.
Yeah, I feel like they really downplayed a lot of what Scott's capable of, and we really got to see that shine in this one.
Absolutely, because you got to think, in the first Ant-Man movie, Scott Lang's
a fucking beast.
He was awesome in the first Ant-Man movie. He was awesome in Civil War. He was awesome in Endgame, and he was good in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Don't get me wrong, but they very much did the tired trope of, hey, we need to make this female character look stronger. Okay, so we're just gonna sideline the male character, and that is a valid criticism and make them look bad. But it's not coming from a place of like, oh, it's so woke. No, it's just coming from that is a deliberate story writing choice that the writers made. I'm not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying it's a choice that they made, and it undermines Scott's character a lot. And
Hope's a solidly built character. She's got a lot to stand on.
And what bothers me, and this is more Ant-Man and the Wasp criticism than it is for this, but Hope was already good in the original Ant-Man. She was her own character. She was strong, she was confident. She fucking punched him in the face. She did not need to get the like girl boss tip yip woohoo going on. Like she was fine how she was. I get why they did it. I just wish they didn't. This movie very much fixed that dynamic and did the same. I have to say, the only character in this movie that I did not really enjoy that much was, I'd say Hank Pym, honestly.
Yeah.
He didn't really do much. He was just kind of there, said the word ants a lot, and that was him. And then, but we'll get into that.
I feel like Michael Douglas definitely enjoyed that, though.
He's the Harrison Ford of the MCU before Harrison Ford. Have you seen the recent interview he did?
Yes, and he said that if he comes back, he just wants to die.
So, anyways, we will table that discussion. But I did really enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
Did you give your number rating? Because I'm gonna give
it 8.5. Oh, one more thing. There are
that is exactly mine. 8.5.
Yeah, there are 2 end credit scenes. Stay for both. One of them is wicked late.
Yes,
and it's super important.
It is absolutely. Sets up a lot going forward, and so let's go ahead. We're about to hit the 10-minute mark. We've given our non-spoiler reviews.
Yeah.
So I think it's time we hop into spoilers and I talk about my biggest gripe with this movie.
Is it MODOK?
No. We're going into spoilers. This is full spoiler territory. It is the thing I was most excited for in this movie and I did not get. Final spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1. There was no fucking Luis in this movie. I was so upset by that fact. I wanted Luis. Where is Luis? How is he doing? Did he get a new van? I need to know these things. The movie was great. Other than that, I docked a full point off just for no Luis. Honestly.
He's a full point. Full
Yes,
point
he was
clear.
a full point. Because going into this movie, I was expecting I wanted two things out of this movie. I wanted Luis so he could do one of those. So I was chilling out with my cousin Ernesto, right?
Yep.
Like I wanted one of those because those scenes are great. They're hilarious. They are some of my favorite scenes in the first two movies.
They're delightful.
Secondly, going into this movie, which I thought for sure was going to happen, I thought Hank Pym was going to die.
Yeah, I definitely.
I thought for
I
sure he was going to die.
Somebody was going to die. I got really worried there at the end that it was going to be Scott.
I don't remember if I said this on the show or not. I know it has been a prediction I think I talked about. I said that going into this movie, they were going to set it up like Scott Lang was going to die. And they were just going to like bait and switch and kill Hank Pym. Kind of what they did with Pietro in Age of Ultron.
Yep.
But they didn't. I was very surprised by that. I'm surprised that he lived. I'm not upset, but I was definitely surprised. I was like, damn. Let that man die.
They're not letting Michael Douglas go.
Even though he wants to die.
He wants to die. He's not gonna die. They won't let him.
He doesn't want to just say ants.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say I really liked the scene of him showing up with all the ants.
Yep.
The super technologically advanced ants that
lived
1,000 years in 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember mumbling to myself, and I was like, "That's some Rick and Morty ass shit." I love it.
Oh yeah.
It was hilarious. I enjoyed it. I was not upset by that at all. I know some people are like, "Oh, that's lazy writing." It's just not. I don't care. I thought it was funny.
It was good. I liked the ants.
I enjoyed it. That was fun. And I want to talk about one of the other things that people have been talking about with this movie is Janet getting it on with people in the quantum realm.
Yeah.
So obviously she got it on with Bill Murray.
Yeah.
People are saying that she got it on with Kang. It's implied.
I mean, they did spend a lot of time together.
30 years in the quantum realm. And here's what I say to that. Good for her. She in Hank's mind, she was dead.
Yep.
In
her mind,
she's never getting out.
Right.
So, like she said, people have needs.
People have needs. And that's understandable. And if Jonathan Majors is right there, then Jonathan Majors is right there.
Sheesh. Okay. I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
Before we talk about Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm. You mean him?
Him. He is him. Literally him. But what's crazy to me is that people are like saying like, "Oh my God, Janet slept with other people," when like Hank Pym even was like, "Yeah, I tried to sleep with somebody else. What happened? She wasn't you.
She wasn't you, baby."
King behavior.
As he has his hands stuck in the fucking Jello tubes.
I will say, I wasn't sure where this movie was going. It was one of the ones that I speculated the least about.
I will say,
I'm very happy I did.
It was nice to see, because I know for the longest time people were talking about the Marvel formula, so to speak, where, hero is starting out, has thing that their mentor teaches them. They go through the movie as they're fighting the big bad. They use that thing their mentor taught them earlier against them, or they use the thing that the villain's own thing against them. I feel like that didn't happen.
No, it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I couldn't tell where this movie was going, and I was along for the ride the entire thing 100%. I was waiting for certain things that I knew were going to be there. But other than that, I was just enjoying myself.
So, let's talk about the villains in this movie.
Do we want to step our way up the totem pole or start at the top and move on down?
Let's start with Kang. Let's start with him because Jonathan Majors, one of the things I really appreciated about him, and this is a very small thing, but when he is beating the ever-loving shit out of Scott Lang, I mean, that man is throwing bombs on him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. There is
he lets out an
no
exhale with every punch. Hey, you notice that? Like every punch he throws, he's like, huh! You know, he has like a little like exhale that he does.
Dang.
That's a martial arts thing. So, as somebody who took martial arts as a kid, I really appreciate that.
As somebody who didn't take martial arts as a kid, I appreciate that as well.
He was like, he must have thought he was in Creed 3. I mean, that joke is incredibly unoriginal. I don't care. That man would have put Paul Rudd in the hospital.
By the time that we see him in that final fight with Scott, half his armor is gone. He has got his full like arm just out there. Like, I may or may not have been paying a bit of attention to that part.
He said, I don't need armor to whoop your ass. All right. But yeah, he was great. Great part of the movie. I'm very excited to see what comes next from him.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in Kang Dynasty?
Yep. And he even teased the name too. The Dynasty of Kang.
He did. Roll credits.
Roll.
But anyways, let's talk about probably the more controversial villain in this movie.
MODOK?
Yes, and also the comparisons to Spy Kids.
Oh, no.
Please tell me you've seen the memes. Have you seen the memes? Please tell me you've seen them.
I'm good.
Add it to the chair counter.
Not the chair counter. Don't hit me with that. Yes, I've seen the Spy Kids I was honestly thinking more Shark Boy and Lava Girl, Mr. Electric.
I mean, I've seen those too. Send him to the principal's office and have him expelled.
I was thinking of another version, but yeah.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not saying it. You can say it. I'm not saying it.
Don't set me up like that. Nope.
No, we're not going to be saying it.
No. Anyways, MODOK. Mechanized organism designed only for killing.
Wouldn't that make you MODOK?
All right. What are your thoughts? Because I know very little about MODOK.
If I had a nickel for every Ant-Man movie where somebody ended up having baby legs, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But it's weird that it's happened twice now. In all seriousness,
more importantly, let's talk about that ass.
That, oh God, no, not the MODOK, not the MODOK ass.
Because when I was watching that scene in the theater, I was like, "What the hell, MODOK dummy thick up?"
I was just like, "Oh God, it's man ass!" You know, just one of those moments of like,
because like, what did they dip him in?
The goop.
They dipped him in oil. They lathered that man's body in oil and then put him in the suit.
I don't know if it's like Quantum Realm Bacta or just lube or what.
It was lube.
Okay, cool. He was taking a lube bath. That's awful.
Listen, in the quantum realm, everything's smaller. So when something big comes down there, big, white, hot, and sticky, it takes up a lot of area.
Okay.
You just talk.
Nope. Let's see. My thoughts on MODOK. His introduction was pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing him fly, because you don't see like any of him from the start. Like you see like a little bit of guns shooting things or like chainsaws or and he's got like a shitload of weapons on his chair, which tracks. If you've played his fight in Lego Marvel Superheroes, you know he's a fucking bitch. Because like any of the fucking rocket bits that he'd shoot down at you just insta killed you. It was so fucking annoying.
I mean, he's a fucking bitch in any media.
Yeah, no, MODOK's just a pain in the ass.
So people are saying like, "Oh my god, they made MODOK a joke." Like, MODOK is a joke in almost everything he's in, bro. What do you mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
He gets clowned on constantly.
Yeah.
So
now, I think
stay mad. Cope.
I think the mistake that was made with MODOK was redeeming him. I think he would have been really fun and a much better use staying a villain and potentially coming back, because this does hit my main criticism of the MCU is that they keep killing people.
And they're like, "Hey, look, it's an iconic villain." Now they're dead.
They're dead now. They're dead. Because we got Mysterio dead.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. MODOK is dead. Also good? Or we
Indifferent. No.
different?
I fuck Jake Gyllenhaal. That's all I'll say. The Swifties get it.
The what?
The Swifties get it.
Okay. Let's see. All of Iron Man's villains except for Justin Hammer also dead.
The Mandarin. Trevor Slattery. He's not dead.
Okay. Yes, the face of the Mandarin, the actual Mandarin, is dead, along with the guy who.
Actually, you know what? It'd be probably easier to name MCU villains that aren't dead.
That's a fair point.
Red Skull.
The Vultures. What?
Vulture.
Do we count Red Skull? Because Red Skull.
Kind of. He's not dead. He's not dead. Red Skull, Vulture, Scorpion.
Yeah, we haven't seen Scorpion yet. I don't count him.
The guy who turns into Scorpion.
Matt Gargan is not dead. Yes.
All right. Other MCU villains who aren't dead.
Ghost. Ghost isn't dead.
But she kind of got redeemed. So
take her off. Take her off.
Halfway. Well, actually, I wonder if she went back, because you got to think, 5 years. Did she get dusted?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Who knows? She was not in one of the credits or in one of the things of people that got dusted. So who knows?
That's fair.
So does that mean that she just lived those 5 years in absolute agony? Actually, she could have died off screen. That's horrible. That's horrible to think about.
Well, she's in the Thunderbolts lineup.
She got removed.
Oh, well.
She might be dead.
She might
be fucking dead.
She might be dead. Let's see.
Could just say that Thanos snapped her and it was fine, but she also could just be fucking dead.
Yeah.
Also, she was in the final battle, so.
Let's see. Who's not dead? Arnim Zola's dead, and his memories are also dead because they blew up.
Well, actually, what if there is a backup Arnim Zola file in the bunker where Cap and Iron Man had their fight? We know this from the Ultron episode of What If. So technically, also, possibly Ultron.
Definitely Ultron. I've seen they're rumored to bring him back, and personally, I love that because I love James Spader's sexy voice.
UtH agent still alive.
Yeah.
The American government still alive.
The American government is indeed still alive, unfortunately so. They did actually just pass a version of Florida's Don't Say Gay bill through the House of my state.
Ew.
Yeah. I hate it here, man. It sucks.
Ew.
Yeah. So, a little doxing myself, but unironically, fuck the Indiana state government. I hate it here.
I mean, it's a big enough state. But hey, everyone's like, oh, they're not trying to legislate against LGBT people. Like that's a fake non-issue. They just did. They did it again, bro. They did it again. And guess what? They're still doing it. My state is currently trying to ban drag, which is cool.
Oh, nice. You see,
I say that very sarcastically for those that are unaware. It is not cool. It's actually quite cringe.
See, the thing about drag shows is, kids would be
fun.
Kids would be perfectly safe at drag shows if people would stop coming in and shooting them up. I'm just saying.
They're safer in drag shows than they are at church, but we're not ready for that conversation.
Ooh. I remember the early days of this podcast when we were like, you were like, I don't want to talk government. I don't want to talk politics. And now look at us. How many episodes later is this? Oh, geez.
Too many.
I mean, we're in here.
Hey, it is what it is. So.
And it's good.
You know what? I can tie this into a book I just listened to recently.
Okay. I'm interested to see where this goes.
For those who are unaware, I have Audible now, which is a beautiful thing. So recently,
your power can truly not be contained.
I listened to Brotherhood on Audible. Yeah. Yes. And there's one point in the book that's been really sticking with me lately.
Okay.
And it's a line that Obi-Wan and also, spoiler alert for Brotherhood, Satine says, because you see there's a speech in there by Duchess Satine.
Okay.
And she's a little cameo. She and Obi-Wan don't interact. Like he watches her on the HoloNet. But there's a silence in the face of extremism only aids the extremists. So that's my stance going forward.
I just have this to say, because I know Governor DeSantis from Florida is on his making his run around the country, because apparently he thinks he's going to be the next person in Washington. Mm-hmm. And I'll say this: he's very proud of his anti-woke agenda, very anti-homosexuals, and there was somebody else at some point in history who was making his rounds to be leader and was pushing an agenda against a certain group of people. And they had this idea for how the way that things should be. The schools should be run their way and everybody should look a certain way. And it's a very scary time to live in right now, because I'm afraid we're going to see history repeat itself.
See, you're dressing it up with fancy words. I'll just say he's a fascist and a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, he's a fascist. He's a piece of shit. And I don't want to get sent to a camp for, liking men and women.
It's ridiculous. So just be aware of that. Your vote does matter. It's very basic. There's more that you can do for political action, but voting is important. If you live in the U.S. and you have the opportunity and the availability to vote, you should. Plain and simple. We're not saying who to vote for, but vote for. If you're voting with your own interests at heart, that's one thing. But when you all vote, you should also think of the interests of your neighbors, the people in your community, the people who don't look like you and don't think like you and don't act like you.
There was actually a really good line that Cassie had in this movie during when Kang's people are first invading the Outsiders camp. And I'm trying to think back to the specific line, but I think it was something like, just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean it's not happening. And I really loved that line.
I did too. That was a great movie. That was a great line in the movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tie it back. I love Cassie in this movie. She's great. Let's talk about Cassie a little bit.
Absolutely. I loved Cassie's arc in this movie. I loved Cassie seeing, Hope and Scott as these two, honestly, amazing role models, because we have Hope is definitely in her girl boss era. I mean, we've seen Pim Van Dyne come to be this just massive force for good in the world. I mean, I think at this point, world hunger in the MCU has been eradicated because they're using Pim particles to stimulate crops.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Housing.
I will make one comment about Janet. Or not Janet, Hope.
Okay.
It is a very small critique, and it is not my critique. Full credit goes to my girlfriend on this one.
Okay.
She does not like her hair in this movie. So I'm pulling out the girlfriend shield. I'm hiding behind it. And she didn't like her hair in the first one either.
Okay.
She liked her hair in Ant-Man and the Wasp and Endgame.
Okay.
That's her favorite hairstyle. And Evangeline Lilly, very beautiful lady.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair in this movie just was not great.
I feel like there's a portion of each of our shows that goes to us simping over all of the various actors in the movie.
Now simping portion, Catherine Hahn.
Are we jumping back to WandaVision or just a general Catherine Hahn simp post? Because I'm down for that. I absolutely am.
God, wait. Oh no, Catherine Newton. That's her name. That's the actress who plays Cassie. I'm on there. I'm on there. The horny meter's going off.
I'm just getting a call.
The horny alarm went off. Horny fella detected. Hold on. I gotta let this go. Because the actress, so full disclosure, the actress who played Cassie in Endgame was great. Full credit and props to her.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked the new Cassie.
The way that she got let go sucked because she found out on Disney Investors Day that she wasn't returning.
Mm-hmm. That was wrong. That was wrong to do. Catherine Newton is her name.
Yes.
So shout out to Emma Furman, who was the actress in Endgame. I had to look it up real quick. But yeah. Catherine Newton. Okay, so I've had a crush on this girl since she was on Supernatural. So, but
yeah, I definitely watched Supernatural for more than one episode.
Damn, good for you.
I need to.
You were able to stop?
Huh?
It was a part of my life. Can I watch this episode? I haven't seen this movie yet. Okay, Gabby, you kind of. We have a non-spoiler section at the beginning. So there is non-spoilers. It probably goes for about the first 10 minutes. So
yeah, I was gonna say we stopped it like right at 9 minutes and like 40-ish.
First 10 minutes. Because like I started at like 10:03. I got into my non-spoiler complaint.
I will say,
and we even rated the movie.
We did. Numerical ratings. Those are very rare for me.
We did. I don't like numerical ratings. I like the did I enjoy it rating.
Yes, I'm not normally a numerical rating person, but people like numbers. People like numbers a lot.
They do.
Also, you'll be happy to know, Gabby and I's MCU watching has gotten up to Black Widow.
Nice.
But we're watching in chronological order, so that means Black Panther is the next thing coming.
Well, did I enjoy it? Yes, we both very much enjoyed it.
Oh, absolutely. It was an amazing movie. I loved it. Jonathan Majors was just so good.
Excellent.
So good.
Anyway, so Gabby, we're gonna get back into semi spoilers, and I will not simp over Catherine Newton anymore. But
we're gonna contain that.
We're gonna contain it. I've seen some really good edits on TikTok of her.
Oh, you've already seen. Well, we're gonna watch Black Panther again because I love Black Panther.
There were so many spoilers. So many spoilers, like coming out almost immediately. Like the day before the movie even came out, I saw like a scene with MODOK in it, and I was like, "Damn, that would have been really cool to see in the theater for the first time." It was a smaller scene, like it was just him like zooming around or whatever. So like it didn't really give anything away.
He was moving. I didn't know he could move that fast.
Boy said, "Zoom." Eli, I'm pause MCU. Put the MCU on pause because we're watching my DComs and princess movies.
Okay.
I don't know what a DCom is.
I also don't know what a DCom is. What?
Gabby, type below what a DCom is. Anyway,
No, Disney Channel original movies.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't seen High School Musical.
Confession? I don't think I've seen it either.
Not okay. We can do a watch party. That could be fun.
I've only seen
little virtual double date time.
Oh, you know it. Hop on Discord.
There you go. Honestly, that could be kind of lit.
So if you want to be a part of that, join the Discord down in the description below.
No.
Call to action.
We're not doing that.
Call to action.
We're not becoming YouTube couples. We're not becoming YouTube couples. We are absolutely not doing that. I would. Ugh.
I'm making you both do this now. I'm
down. Okay, I guess we're gonna have an under the helmet watch party for High School Musical.
110% support this. She made me watch a movie the other day that had Ashton Kutcher in it. It was a romantic comedy movie. It's the new one out on Netflix. It's got him and some other lady who I don't remember who she is right now.
I definitely remember who.
You know who he is if you saw him. What was it called? Your Place or Mine, I think it was called. And it was an entertaining film, I will say.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hate it.
I will say we're getting pretty into it. You want to give final thoughts?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do final thoughts on the movie, and we'll talk post-credit scene. Final thoughts. Is there anybody that we didn't really talk about in this movie? Side characters. Some of the quantum realm peoples. What'd you think?
I liked Laserhead Man, laser tube head guy. I liked his laser.
I don't know any of their names. I know none of their names. I know the leader chick was badass, I will say.
Oh,
but
loved her.
My favorite was the Blob from Monsters Unleashed. That was cool to see.
So that guy was voiced by David Desmalchian, who was voicing the Russian guy from the past two movies who said Baba Yaga all the time.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That was Kurt?
him.
No way, that's crazy. Anyway, so Eli, I have a question for you. How many holes do you have?
I think, wasn't it like 7? 7?
Oh, were you counting did you count as well during that scene?
Yes. I was like,
I did too. Because I was like, 3, 4, 5, 6, Yeah. You had to like sit there. Because that was what Erin looked at me and said. She goes, because as soon as he said that, she kind of like looked and she was like 5. I was like 7. And she's like 7. And I'm like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And she's like, oh. Yeah. Fun times. Fun times.
There you go. Little
We
little
love it
anatomy.
we love it when a Marvel movie makes us think and count. Good times. That was a great scene. That was thoroughly enjoyable.
Delightful little anatomy lesson, courtesy of Marvel.
He got his own hole.
He did, and then he turned into Kirby,
It was great.
and he
10
got
out.
really big.
One of my faves. But anyways, so yeah, let's go to the out of frame 6 and 7. Yeah. We're not elaborating on where those are. You can
No,
imagine.
you can look it up.
I made the holes with my hands. See? 6, 7. That didn't help. That made it worse.
No, that made it so much worse, Dylan. Why did? Okay. Overall thoughts on the movie. Kang is amazing. I'm so excited.
Yes.
The end
Gabby,
credit
this is
scenes.
the part in the spoiler part where we are going to talk definite spoilers. So you might want to bounce. Peace and
Or at
blessings.
least just mute.
Or just take your headphones out and go la 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 la. You could do that. That'd be fun.
Okay, yeah.
As soon as the spoiler tag leaves the screen, you can unmute.
Yeah, we'll put on news and rumors when it's news and rumors time.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You won't forget.
The Council of Kangs.
The post-credit scene. I don't care about spoilers. Okay.
was-
All right. So first one was the Council of Kangs, which was really cool to see.
Oh, because we saw.
I want to see the behind the scenes footage of Jonathan Majors just having the time of his life behind the scenes.
That would have been
doing it big. Just doing
and
it big.
they like recreated the comic book frame that everybody sees for Council of Kangs, like frame for frame.
They
like
did.
That end shot. It was so good. It was so good.
It was.
And I didn't know if they would do it, especially not this early. But we saw like Immortus and Ramatut, and that I don't know who the tech looking one.
The assumption is Iron Lad.
That's Iron Lad? That's the Iron Lad model they're going with?
That's the assumption right now.
Okay.
Part of the consensus is that he could be Iron Lad. They didn't say.
That's fair. I was thinking more Scarlet Centurion.
Yeah. One of the two. Well, they're the same thing.
Well, no.
Sort of. I don't know, man. No. I don't read comics. I just like the movies.
Look, I'm just saying one of those was very obviously Ramatut. That was,
yep.
I mean, there's no debating that one. One of them was Immortus because he looked exactly like the one comic frame that I've seen of Immortus. I know nothing about Kang before I went into this movie. I've seen what I've seen online afterwards. I did my research.
I really enjoyed it because I was like, oh, cool, Egyptian Kang. Oh, cool.
That guy
Kang. And then we've got Robo Kang.
Robo Kang.
And then the Council of Kangs. And those boys, they were turning up.
Oh, yeah. They were excited. It's time.
And it was interesting to get to see a look at the multiverse again and seeing all the different timelines. So,
yeah, because it's been a while.
I want to propose a theory, popular theory that's been floating around. Because people are saying, why didn't Janet talk about the quantum realm? Why not? Like, what's the deal with that? And the current prevailing theory is that it is because the Avengers went back in time. And that is why we don't have, and that is why. So, Avengers go back in time to get the stones. Loki gets the stone, escapes, gets arrested by the TVA, finds Sylvie. They do the Loki show, and they kill He Who Remains. He Who Remains was the only one keeping the sacred timeline intact. So now that he's dead, back through the history, now Kangs are able to show up again. Because He Who Remains was the Kang that won, that defeated all the other Kangs in the multiversal war.
Right.
And was able to, keep the sacred timeline. And the whole point of them pruning timelines was not to just be cruel and for funsies. It was to keep from the emergence of Kangs. And that is what leads into the post-credit scene of Loki and not Morbius, Mobius.
Mobius.
Owen Wilson going to see a young version of Kang, which is interesting. So I'm very excited to see where that comes from, because that looks like a clip just straight out of the show.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was, and they did the Multiverse of Madness thing.
What was that?
Where they showed a clip from Multiverse of Madness at the end of was that No Way Home? Something's end credit scene was the trailer for Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, that was No Way Home's.
Okay, yeah.
But that was a trailer. This is just a clip from the show.
That's true.
They've done it before. It's not out of the ordinary, because they did it. I think post-credit scene of the first Ant-Man was the scene from Civil. Yeah, that was the one right before Civil War. It was the scene of Captain America and Falcon interrogating Bucky.
And, yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
because Gabby and I watched those two the other day, pretty much back to back.
So now that we're kind of through that, let me go ahead and make this claim right now. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is the best movie of Phase 5. Because it's the only one. Wakanda Forever was Phase 4. Don't forget that.
I know it ended Phase 4. I thought you were meaning for the rest of Phase 5 it was going to be the best one. I was like, oh.
No, I'm not gonna make that bold of a claim.
Okay.
Mostly because
the Marvels coming out later.
Oh, I know.
Dude.
Dude,
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for the Marvels, but right now my hype is going back to my first love, Star Wars. As next week we get Mando season 1. Bad Batch had an actual arc these past few weeks, and it was entertaining to watch. Bad Batch really said "Workers of the world unite," and then dipped. Like,
yeah,
if your boss is underpaying you, kill them. That's the lesson from the Bad Batch.
Throw them off a bridge.
Yeah, just murder them.
If your boss isn't paying you, you have the right to toss them off a large ledge.
Bad Batch, very cool. Anyway, we'll talk Bad Batch again eventually. Honestly,
I'm sure eventually we'll talk about the Bad Batch again.
I think so, but I think we're kind of going to be more focused on Mando. Because I think,
I don't.
I think when the season ends, we'll do a conclusion episode, unless something like really big happens.
I think we're a show, and we've got enough time for everything. We're not dedicated to shows. We like to watch around. We're not exclusive with our watching.
Yeah, we watch multiple shows. Sometimes 2 shows at the same time.
And
just for funsies.
Yeah, it's a fun time for everybody. You feel like you get more out of it. Anyway. Is it news and rumors time? I think it's news.
I was going to make a joke, but I don't really have it. It's news and rumors time. Let's go.
All right. So let's see my 46 posts.
Gabby has news for news and rumors.
Gabby does have news for news and rumors. I will let her type it up while I'm talking here. Let's see. So the Quantumania producer says there are no plans for a Young Avengers project at this time. And to that, I say, thank you, Andrew Garfield, but we know you're in No Way Home. Anyway.
That's cap.
Yeah, no, I don't believe it. Not one bit.
Yeah, that's cap.
Brendan Fraser has broken his silence on Batgirl, quoting, "This film didn't even really get a fair shake. That's disappointing for obvious reasons. Moreover, because little girls are going to have to wait longer now before they can see a Batgirl who they can identify that says, hey, she looks like me too. Leslie Grace, and she was wonderful. Oh gosh, she was good. Really terrific," quoting Brendan Fraser. So, yeah.
I don't know why they just don't release it. Like, the movie's that far along.
It was done. The movie was
Yeah.
done.
Just
They had a made
HBO
movie.
Max exclusive that shit. Oh,
Oh,
7 hours ago. Um,
they released Batgirl?
no. A new crossover comes to Marvel Star Wars comics with a threat no one will see coming. First, it comes for the metal. Dr. Aphra, the main Star Wars line, Darth Vader, and Bounty Hunters. Summer 2023. Didn't they just do like War of the Bounty Hunters, then Crimson
Yes.
Reign,
Yep.
now Crimson Empire or whatever? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, how much shit happened while Han Solo was in Carbonite?
A lot, apparently. A lot.
Apparently, action-packed year. Luke had a yellow lightsaber.
I was gonna say, yeah, Luke was busy. Unfortunately for Luke, he was not getting busy. Luke Skywalker gets absolutely zero bitches. Anyway,
Absolutely zero play.
we have some MCU news.
Yeah, Luke gets no maidens because he likes men.
There we go. We stand Luke the Space Twink. Kevin Feige has shared some updates for the MCU multiverse.
He's getting his power converted at Tashi Station.
God damn it, Dylan.
Yeah.
Apparently, the story for Spider-Man 4 is done. We're just waiting for the writers to finish the script. This is Tom Holland Spider-Man 4. We have no news on a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4, but it should happen.
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland? Yes, Tom Holland.
All right. Yep. And they said that there's going to be him with no mentors this time, which is very interesting.
Yeah, he's on his own, and life sucks for him, which is great. We love to see that for Peter Parker.
It's like, Spider-Man suffering. That's what we like. That's what we want more of.
Give us that good old Parker luck. If he doesn't say, that's just that Parker luck at some point in the movie, it will be a little sad. Not too sad because I'm getting Spider-Man. But more Fantastic Four news is coming soon, and they will be a pillar of the MCU moving forward. Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Ross will be the U.S. president in Captain America New World Order. Apparently, they're sticking with that name. And MCU shows will be given time between releases so they can all have time to shine, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
We got some news about Jedi Survivor, specifically that one of Cal's new nemeses is one of the Gendai, which is that race that Dirge was back in Tartakovsky's Clone Wars that are basically impossible to kill. And his name is Ravis, and apparently he's essentially like a knight, but of a different order. He considers himself a very honorable warrior. So I think that'll be really cool.
I'm very excited to see the Gendai. I want to see him. He's going to be great. And also, they just released, I think, an excerpt from the new Battle Scars book, and it comes out in like 12 days. So, as soon as it drops, I'm spending my Audible credit on that.
Day one at Barnes & Noble for me.
Day one.
Reading it.
Day one. I'm gonna be listening. I'm going to be in the ears listening. We might do an episode on that. That'd be fun.
I'd be okay with that. Under the Helmet
book Star Wars book episode. We talking books.
Under the Helmet book review.
Hold on. Where is it? It's time. It's time for the reference. It's a Shadow of the Sith reference.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Kevin Feige has confirmed that Bucky is indeed the leader of the Thunderbolts. Let's see.
Let that man live.
Ooh. So, Kevin Feige has compared seeing the Marvels together as, quote, akin to the first Avengers movie and seeing the six of them together, calling it chill-inducing, which is very promising, and I'm very excited about that. apparently, Franklin and Valeria Richards will reportedly appear in Fantastic Four. Marvel Studios is also looking to cast an older actress as Sue Storm because her and Reed are parents in Fantastic Four. They're already bringing in the Richards kids.
So, rumor had. I would like, personally, that one of the big MCU mysteries right now is who bought Stark Tower after during what was it? Homecoming.
Yeah.
I always liked the idea that it was Reed Richards and that it was going to become the Baxter Building. That's my personal favorite. That's the one I want it to be.
I mean, you got to consider getting a piece of merchandise like that. He probably got a pretty fantastic deal on it.
Yeah, he maybe only paid $4. Or how much he paid for it.
I have Lord of the Rings news in that recently the Embracer Group confirmed that 5 Lord of the Rings games are in production, and we will be seeing them release by 2024.
Nice.
And we can all assume that Gollum is one of them. We have just some news that everybody was kind of expecting, but Ironheart, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, Echo, and What If Season 2 are unlikely to arrive in 2023. We know those are all still slated, but, with Feige saying, we're going to give it a time.
I would like What If Season 2, I would say. Ahsoka's rumored to come out this year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. No confirmation. Did you see? All right. Actually, something that ties into this movie.
Okay.
They released a Lego set for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Have you seen it?
Yes, it's just a big Ant-Man figure.
It is a buildable Ant-Man figure with a miniature Wasp, and it looks like dog shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It looks like dog shit. It is a ugly ass figure. The helmet looks like shit. I thought about picking it up as like a meme, but I don't want to spend that much money on it. It does not look good. Does it look like $30? It's like $25-$30. No, I'm not spending that money on a dog shit looking fucking figure. Sorry. Like, if it came with like Ant-Man minifigure, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat. But no, it looks like shit. Also, there's a lot of Lego Star Wars rumors coming out. New UCS sail barge, UCS X-wing. Star Wars is getting mechs. Lego.
Yeah, I'm not big on.
No, it's a dumb idea. It's really dumb. I don't like it. I will not be buying them. Vote with. Hey, Star Wars fans, vote with your wallet. And they're gonna be for like $15 or something. Yeah, they're like $15 a pop. Like, you could have gotten a battle pack for that. Like, all right, Lego. Sorry to be your marketing team. I'm just better. Why don't you do minifigure packs? If you have to include, like, and here's the thing, you just did minifigure packs with the fucking Hoth sets and the Phase 1 clone set that you guys did last year. Nobody was buying those for the builds. I did not buy the Hoth pack because I wanted 2 little E-Web blasters that are really hard to put places. I wanted it for the minifigures. So you can sell minifigures. Sell minifigure packs, Lego. Let's do it. Anyway, moving on.
Really funny thing. I saw this meme, and one of the big critiques that I've seen of this movie is, oh, MODOK's just a big, giant, ugly CGI head. Oh, MODOK's just a big, ugly CGI head. That's what MODOK is. So MODOK is supposed to be a big, ugly head. I honestly, I feel like they didn't go hard enough with the ugly CGI head part. I feel like that was a fairly tame looking CGI head. They could have made him grotesque as hell, and they held out.
They did not. They popped out his ass instead.
No, they gave us man ass instead.
They popped out that Mo butt. Anyway. But yeah,
the
I like this movie. I had no complaints about MODOK.
Yeah. I think his change of heart was weird. I wasn't a big fan of that. I wanted him to be a villain, but that's just me. Let's see.
It was silly and goofy. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. Probably the biggest piece of news that I'm giving. Two things. Apparently, James Gunn was brought on to write Superman Legacy 6 months ago, which does mean that he knew that he was writing a Superman movie that wasn't going to be Henry Cavill during the time that they announced Henry Cavill to come back.
Or did they tell him that it was going to be Henry Cavill at first? That was going to be your Superman? And he was just like, that's a great idea, Chief. I'm not doing it. Anyway, DC, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm trying really hard. I'm
doing some legwork for DC. DC, I'm expecting some compensation. Honestly.
I'm just expecting something. Like, Creature Commandos better be good.
I'm just saying, if y'all wanted to put me in like a DC movie, I feel like I'd be a great fit for a DC character. Comment below what DC character you think I should play.
Comment below DC characters for the co-hosts. Final piece of news. Stephen Yeun has reportedly joined Marvel for a key role in the Thunderbolts. I have my thoughts as to who it might be. I've seen people saying they might see him as Sentry. Give me Amadeus Cho.
Yes, please. 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 Especially because like that was a big plot line in She-Hulk, was stealing her blood to make other Hulks. Wouldn't it be nice if
they made another Hulk?
Exactly. Because Amadeus Cho is actually a really cool character. I like him as the Hulk. So that would be cool. Hey, make it happen. Make it happen.
Oh, well.
But with that being said, is that everything?
I think that's everything.
Gabby never typed her news and rumors out. So, sorry, Gabby.
That's okay. We'll get it in next time. But thank you, everybody, for coming out. It's been another delightful episode here on Under the Helmet. Our first movie review of not only 2023, but also MCU Phase 5. And we were very happy to have you all here. But I think it's time for us to sign off. Dylan, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Join us next week when we talk The Mandalorian and Cocaine Bear.
Join us next week for The Mandalorian and Cocaine Bear. Have a good night, everybody.
Bad batch. Also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And also, follow us on Instagram, join the Discord. Remember, make love, not war. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
Don't
we'll
be
see you next time we go Under the Helmet.
Remember. Don't be a dick.
Oh God, do it!
My chair just fell on me, dude.